Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video we're gonna be doing something different. I'm not gonna go in with a set design. I'm basically gonna go in blind because we are going to randomize the designs. So I have some, wait, let me show you. So over here I just have some saved nail pins on Pinterest, and I have almost like 200 and something pins, and we're going to use a random number generator to select from 1 to 220 something, I think. I'm just gonna pop up the video on here. I recorded myself randomizing the numbers so it would be fair, and I did stick with the numbers that I got. I chose 5 numbers for 5 fingers, and let's just start. So something that's different already about this video is my backdrop. So I'm using a white backdrop instead of my table backdrop because I want to try out different things, and I think that the white will show everything a bit better. Anyways, so in front of me I have selected a variety of colors to fit the designs that I have, and let's just get started with picking up the nail tips. So here are the nail tips that I'm gonna use. You can see that some of them are missing, exactly 5 are missing. And yesterday I was trying to film a video, but I actually did that too late in the night, or like too late in the day, and it was a bit too dark for my liking. I turned on lights, I added like an extra light from the side, but honestly I didn't like the quality of the visuals, so I just scrapped the video. But I still have the nails, so let me know if you guys want to see the nails that I designed. And yeah, let's just pick up the nail tips, and I'm gonna come right back with the nail tips on the stands. Okay, so here are all the tips on the stand, and I filed the free edge a bit because it has like the connecting bit to the remaining nails. And let's just get started. So I don't know why I'm struggling saying that today. Let's just get started. Okay, so these nails are a bit frosted, but I have tried using a glossy top coat on the upper and lower side, and they clear up. So if I need a clear nail, I will do that before doing any nail art. So the first design that we're gonna do is a quite simple design. Actually, it's just like a French tip with stars. And let me take my first nail, and I'm not quite sure if I want to paint like a nude base or just keep it clear. So I actually am gonna keep it clear and just paint a French tip. And because I am gonna keep it clear, I am gonna coat it with a clear top coat so it can clear up this frosty look. And I'm gonna let it dry so I can flip it over and paint the underside. Okay, we're back with the nails, and I did the same treatment for the thumb and the pinky finger, and I removed my white background because I feel like it was washing everything out. It was like my camera didn't like that there was so much white in the frame.
No sir.
So I'm just switching back to my normal table. And I'm sorry if you guys hear like random noises in the back. It's just my cat playing around. Anyways, let's actually get started on the nail art itself. So on the thumb, we're gonna need to draw a French tip, and I'm not sure if I want the tip to be black or white, but I've done a lot of white French tips, so I think I want to go with black. So I'm just gonna get my color and my long thin brush and just start painting. So I think in a previous video of mine, I've showed you guys how to draw a French tip, or how I draw French tips. And basically what I like to do is mark the center of the nail as carefully as I can. This nail is quite hard because it's like very curved, so the brush just slips. And I think I want the French tip to be quite high, so I think maybe till here. So let me just continue this line. I think I'm gonna start from here. I did 2 points on the side here, and I'm gonna basically just connect this point to the center with a curve. Okay, so I'm quite happy with how that looks, and we're just gonna let it dry. Okay, so I was actually just gonna wait for it to 100% dry and then continue on with the nail art, but that's gonna take a long time, and I'm just gonna go with the next nail. So for the pointer finger, it's gonna be a red base. I don't know why I'm describing the picture. You guys can see it over here. It's just like a base and then a French tip and then a gradient. So let's just start. I'm gonna use this color for my base. So this polish is actually a bit thick. It's a bit old, so that's why it's kind of like dragging, but you know what, if something works, I'm gonna keep using it. Perfect. I think I'm actually not gonna go with my plan, which is like to finish one nail and then go on to the next. And I'm just gonna finish like the steps that I think make sense. So while this is drying, we're gonna jump over to the middle nail, which has like a beach theme, I think. Maybe it's not a beach, but that's what it looks like to me. And it's just gonna have like a blue base and a blue gradient. So let's just paint this base on. By the end of this video, my fingers are gonna have like random colors on them because I keep wiping the excess off. So let's just let this dry. Let's move on to the ring finger. Sorry if this video is a bit jumpy. It's just because I don't like waiting between each step for the polish to dry, so that's why I like to jump between steps. So for this nail, it's gonna be a gradient between green to blue, and it's gonna have like white checkers on top. So for the green, I'm actually gonna mix these two to make my green. So let me just get my palette over here, my disgusting palette, and let me grab a brush. Okay, so this brush looks a bit disgusting, but it's gonna work for our purposes. So let's mix up some of this green and this yellow. Okay, perfect. Let's paint the top. Let's go in with the blue while everything is still wet. looks very cute so far. It looks very bumpy right now, but when some glossy top coat is added, it's gonna look prettier. And I am gonna go over the tip with some more blue to just darken the color and gently just blending it. Okay, perfect. Okay, so I'm just gonna leave it here to dry like always. And okay, wait, now that it's on the stand, I think that I just want to add some more blue to the bottom. Okay, that looks a bit better for me. Let's move on to the last one, which is the pinky. And the pinky is actually gonna have like a cutout, and I'm not quite sure if I want to go with the same colors, so I think we're just gonna go with this red again. Okay, so I just have to have a cutout in the middle. I'm sorry if I pause a lot when I speak. It's because I'm watching something on the side, and it's just like something that I knew was gonna happen. So yeah, let's just, I think what I'm gonna do is treat it as a French tip from the bottom and the top. So I'm just gonna draw like a line down here and a line up here. Okay, I don't know why I have trouble drawing like horizontal lines. Okay, I switched over to this brush again, and I'm just gonna draw the little oval in the middle, like the circular, the cutout basically. Okay, so now I realize that this part needs to be removed, so I honestly don't know if I can do it. Let me just paint around it. Okay, so here's my nail so far. Okay, so I just went with a, let me show you. Just went with this tool, the dotting tool, and I scraped the edges that I didn't like, and I used some rubbing alcohol, or acetone, sorry, to wet the area before scraping it, and I think this is quite cute so far. So now we can go back to our first nail. And I think it needs a second coat of black because this area looks a bit patchy. So I'm just gonna, I think I'm actually just gonna go with a second layer on these three nails. This one, honestly, I'm too scared to like do the gradient again, so I'm just gonna go with a second layer on these three and come right back. Okay, so with the second coat done on all these three, I'm gonna go back to the thumbnail and go with my white, and I am gonna draw some stars on there. So one of the stars is gonna be on the nail itself, and the other star is gonna be on the French tip. So I'm gonna start with the one that's on the nail. Okay, so I'm just gonna wait for it to dry and I can fix up any mistakes. And while I do that, I'm gonna draw the little star down here. Okay, so I'm just gonna leave it like this. It looks so ugly. Wait, no, I can't leave it like this. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm gonna fix it off camera and come right back. Okay, so I fixed the stars as much as I could, and they look a bit weird now that they're still wet and lumpy, so I hope after I add top coat it's gonna look better. So let's just move on to the next nail. For this one, I'm gonna draw another French tip, and it's gonna be in white, so it's just gonna be the same steps as the... Oh, I did a spin. It's just gonna be the same steps as the nail before it, so I'm not gonna talk much, but we're gonna just enjoy the footage together. I am gonna draw it a bit high so I can have space for the gradient, so I think maybe like this high. Okay, let's move on to the middle finger while the pointer dries. This design I think can be done with a blooming gel, but since I don't use gel polish, I'm gonna do something a bit different, which is use like just normal polish and stripe it on. And while it's a bit wet, like it's half dry, half wet, I'm gonna use a glossy top coat and drag it. So I really hope that works. So let me take my thin brush again and just draw stripes. And I am gonna take my top coat and try what I just said. So I'm just gonna drag it so you can see how it's working. Maybe a bit too well. Okay. Okay, so doesn't look too bad. It's just that this end is a bit darker than this end, so I don't think I mind that. And let me wipe my brush. So for the ring finger, I am going to change the gradient color from white to black because I feel like I want to tie in the set a bit, and I feel like if this is the only nail that has black, it's gonna look a bit weird, so I'm gonna draw black squares on this. But I first have to coat it with matte top coat. Okay, let me clean the brush again. I actually just have to add a charm in the middle, and the charm that I have is this little cherry. I made this off camera and because I didn't want this video to be a bit too long, so I just made it, and I think it's gonna look cute on here if I can put it on. But it's just gonna be like this, so I think that's gonna be quite cute. So let me just grab some thick nail glue. It's gonna take the nail on its own. Okay. So this nail glue got a bit thick. because it's old, so I'm just gonna glob some of it on, and I'm just gonna take my charm and stick it on. Okay, so I have my brush again. I'm gonna take black. Oops. Okay, so I'm just gonna start from the side because I am scared of messing it up. So let's just start. Looks good so far, and I'm gonna draw the horizontal lines now. Okay, I think I should have made the squares a bit smaller. Okay, so I don't know how this ended up being curved like that, but we're gonna work with it. Okay, wait. Okay, honestly, it doesn't look too bad. I don't know why I'm being hard on myself, but let me just clean my brush. So I think I want to add like a pearl in the middle of each black square. So we can do that when it's all dry. I do want to go with this one, but I'm not sure if it's dry yet. Okay, I guess so. So I am gonna start with more. Okay, so as you can see, the nails are completely different than we last saw them. Or not completely different, but they're more advanced than we last saw them. And this is because my camera ran out of charge. Like, the last thing I think we saw together was me doing the black squares. Then I said I'm gonna add pearls in them, but I changed my mind and I added these like iridescent flat discs, and I think it matches the gradient actually. And what I did to this middle nail is add like some glitter, some small glitter, and then some pieces of the iridescent discs, but in a different color. For this one, the gradient, honestly, it doesn't look that bad. It's a bit choppy, of course, like it's not as smooth as I want it to be, but that's what we get with acrylic nail polish, but that's okay with me. So what I did to this nail as well is add some glitter, like fine glitter on top. And for the thumb, to tie the look together, I added some green outline to these stars so it can match with the ring finger. Okay, so now I'm just gonna put the nails on and we can see how they all look on my hand. Here are the nails all done and on my hand. Honestly, they are very cute. I love how they turned out. Even though they're not exactly matching the reference, but I'm really proud of the result. And I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. Bye!